Hi guys. So something a bit different again today. We're up at Parkwood Springs in Sheffield. We're going to be trying out the Shredmate. It's like a speed tracker, jump tracker. It sort of sits on the front of your forks and well, you can track how much you're shredding, I guess. People at Shredmate were happy enough to send us one over to have a little play with. So we'll ride up to the top now. I'll give you a little look around it, and hopefully we'll be able to, pull a few jumps, have a look at the G-force we get around a few of the berms, and just have a little bit of a play around. Alright, so here we are, just at the top of the first descent at Parkwood. So you can see on the front here, just down by the bottom of the fork, I've got the Shredmate. So this is a little Bluetooth sensor. There's a little sort of watch battery in there. You'd have to turn it on or off. Simply pass the little magnet across the front of it, and then once it detects that turns it on. So I'm assuming it's got some sort of timeout feature. It's quite easy to install. Well, it's very easy to install actually. I was a bit sceptical as to how secure it'd be, but it's feeling solid on there. Hopefully this focus is alright. So you can see this little magnet here. You just attach it onto your spokes. You don't actually have to do it that tight, and it's surprisingly solid on there. Just spin a little bit, but it's going to, but it doesn't really slide up and down. This is used by the sensor to then feed information back to the phone, I think, once you've finished your ride. I'll give you a little look around the phone app now. Alright, so hopefully this focus is alright. Here's the Shredmate app. This is a previous ride, just testing it before to make sure that the device has been picked up by the phone. So it just works through Bluetooth. So you go Bluetooth on. Sensors. You can see the Shredmate there. So if I click on that, you see you can do a custom name on it. You put your wheel size in, and then yeah, that just adjusts the calibration accordingly. So save that. You can connect new ones there. If you go on ride, if you just go up the top, you can see the Let's Shred. So pushing that, you click on the sensor that you've got previously, then that'll start the ride. So hopefully the lighting's okay. I'm not sure if I showed it before, but I had it pointing sort of 90 degrees square on. So it was further over, which meant that the magnet here, hang on, there you go, the magnet wasn't close enough. And because of that, it wasn't picking up. So I actually did one run before and it didn't pick up anything. Flip this upside down. Yeah, so now we've got it upside down. You'll see when it goes past, there's a little green light. Just, see that there? Hopefully it's focusing all right. And when it was further over, it wasn't picking that up. As a result of that, it wasn't picking up any of the rides. So it did take a little bit of setup, but as I say, you can see the angle I've got it at there. So it's just nice and close. Whereas before it was well off over here, and well, realistically a magnet that size isn't going to be strong enough to pick up. I'm going to have a little play on the pump track, which would be quite interesting. Sorry, have a little play on the dual track. Because then at the bottom of that there's a tabletop that like lands into the other side of the berm, so maybe get a couple of little clips. But yeah, no, I'm pretty impressed. That's quite cool. I think if you like data and you like numbers, it's quite a cool little product. As I say, we'll have a mess around with it on the jump track, and we'll see what we think of it. Alright, so we've just had a little play around on the dual track, bit of a mess around on that last table. You can see we've got a couple of rides now. So 1.3 kilometres, average 9.9 kilometres an hour. You can see my maximum max jump air time comes in at 0.62, which actually, let's have a look. I got it on the actual the downhill run itself, well, the run itself. So if we go jumps, so I filmed it twice here for sure, because you can see where I turn around there. So it looks like I've only actually recorded one jump there, but that was the heaviest landing, which is quite interesting, and the longest one. Alright, so that's pretty cool. So you can work out how smooth you're being, I guess. G-forces, Yeah, but then I hit my max G-force doing a run down the dual track. 8 of them. Telemetry topped out at 29 kilometers an hour, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like. Let's have a look. So, one trail. Alright, so, that's pretty cool. So you can actually click on the trail and it'll focus just on that one section. Oh, and then it'll do just jumps from that section. So that'd be quite cool if you were sessioning an area. And got the entire ride again. And I can go back, I think, to both rides. Honest opinion, setup was a little bit difficult, but I'm sure if I read the manual properly and I noticed that light, it would have worked the first time. It seems fairly accurate. Obviously it goes off your phone's GPS, so it'll be as accurate as your phone is really. It does seem reliable, although one thing that I did have to do, before I set off, I did lift the front wheel and give it a bit of a spin, and then had a look on the phone, just to see if it was picking up a speed difference, just because I wasn't 100% sure that it was actually connected to the Shredmate itself when recording. Something I did find coming down the run here that goes all the way down. I mean, I'm not that flowy of a rider. I don't do too many jumps or anything, but I did feel like I was trying to sort of nail the jumps a little bit more. There was a couple of corners that I felt I took quite a bit smoother as well. So I don't know. It's sort of like on the back of your mind, you can sort of tell, oh, this is being recorded, so I'll see how smooth I can make it. Just from initially looking at the phone, it was clear that the jumps going down the trail, I was landing with less of an impact G-force, as opposed to the one on the dual track, where it's sort of like a take-off and then a bit of a harder landing. So obviously if you're having a harder landing, you're not being as smooth. So yeah, it was cool to have that in the back of the mind. I think if you like numbers, and you like sort of going through all the details and that, it's definitely well worth having a bit of a play with. I would recommend one, definitely. At first I did think it was, sorry to say this, but I did think it was a bit of a gimmick, but I'm surprised with how well it works. I think the app has a couple of issues that I'll outline probably in my write-up, which will be a bit more detailed. There'll be a link to that below. But I'm sure there are issues that can be ironed out really quite easily. They're just sort of a couple of functionality things. But obviously with this being quite a new company, it was a startup, I believe. There's always going to be a few issues that need to be ironed out. I'd like to thank the team. I apologise, I've forgotten your names, I've seen it on the letter. But I'd like to thank you for sending that out to us. It's been a cool little one to play around with. It's a brilliant little product. I'm impressed with it. I'm sure I'll use it on a few other rides. It'd be interesting to take it out into the peaks and have a bit of a longer test ride with it, see how it copes with sort of the longer rides and how the app performs when it's got that much data to be stored. So I know this is a bit different. I hope you enjoyed. I know there wasn't too much riding in it, but have a little read of the write-up that I'll put in the link below. Go check out Shredmate and consider getting yourself one of them. It's quite cool. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the